Hey guys, before we get started, I want to talk to you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's certain creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, which is super simple and easy to do. It's everything you need to make a podcast, and it's all in just one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey guys, this is Tommy.
And Adam, and we run the Ravens Flock group of alliances.
And we are here just to talk about Marvel Strike Force and all of life's matters, so we hope you enjoy. Hey guys, we're back. Episode 7 of More Awkwardness. As one member has just learned, it was very awkward in the beginning, and now it is still awkward. So
now it's our shtick. Now our shtick is to be awkward.
Yeah, you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it now, Queen.
Yeah.
Actually, anytime I say her name, I have to think of I have to go like the snap and say yes, Queen, but I don't every time I see her. So
yeah,
we are back, guys. We have something a little different that we're going to try today. We'll see how well it's received. If it sucks, well, we tried, right? So we are still going to talk Marvel Strike Force as usual, but we are also going to try to talk about other things in gaming, if that sits well with people. But yeah, let's talk about Marvel Strike Force like we always do in the very beginning, eh? So there's I don't know how to start it.
Well, basically, there's 2 new posts that happened consecutively on the 12th and the 13th. The 13th is the standard news update going with the Blitz and what new characters are coming. They're going on a trend of releasing the kit of the 3 new players coming, so we'll know exactly what to expect when they come with the next patch. This week they're featuring Swarm, a character that has divided the community.
Yeah, I'm still okay. Swarm is coming. I personally feel like Scorpion should have been here. He could have been an awesome character to add like bleed or maybe even blind. I know Mysterio adds blind at times, but I think Scorpion could have been a much better addition. But I haven't actually seen Swarm's kit, so until I see his kit, I can't really say much. Well, okay, I didn't like the way you said that.
Well, we can go over the kit quickly. Firstly, I will just say that his kit, he's basically if you're going to use him, you have to use him with Dr. Octopus. There's no choice in the matter. Because basically all of his attacks, his basic, his special, his ultimate, he will start off with 4 charged, and then he will lose a charge on each attack. And then once he has no charges left, he will start hurting himself. And exactly. So the thing is, Dr. Octopus, apparently when he's alive, gives out unlimited charges, basically. Somehow, every move he'll give a charge.
So as long as he has the charges, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, exactly. And his kit does not look bad. It's just that you have to use him with Dr. Octopus. You can't... if you're going to make a hybrid team with Swarm, it has to include Dr. Octopus, otherwise he's just going to end up hurting himself. And taking himself out the equation if you wait long enough. So
well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, so that's the big thing that people are talking about. I understand. I mean, they want to make sure you use Swarm, and if you're going to be running Dr. Octopus on a Sinister 6 team, you don't have to put in Swarm, but if you're going to use Swarm, you have to put in Dr. Octopus.
They could have just gave us Doc Ock and just left the current Sin 6 team there or something, but I guess whatever. It's really dumb.
Well, what's interesting now is we're up to 7, and if they release Electro, which is 90% they will do, that's probably gonna be on Sin 6. That's gonna be up to 8 members of Sinister 6.
Well, if you think about it, some of the biggest lists we have are Shield and Avengers. Wait, is Avengers a big list? Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't put him past it too much about Sin 6 there, but then eventually they could add Scorpion, and that's going to add a 9 if they did that. Sorry, I just hit the strap on my chair and it snapped. So, yeah, Swarm is a really weird addition. Yeah. After you said that, for him to only be viable with Doc Ock is a really weird move.
I mean, it could use him technically because he starts off with 4 charges anyway, with or without Doc Ock. So if you're gonna be putting him on a damage centric team like an arena team, you have 4 turns to use him. And we don't know how much damage he puts to himself. So again, you might have 6 or 7 or 8 attacks with him. Normal battles don't last about that long, so
yeah, I'll give you that.
Still somehow be viable, but we have to just take a deep look at his actual kit. So I mean, he's got some good stuff going on,
Yeah, and he has there's a small heal that he has to his kit also, but
yeah,
it's I don't know. He's a weird character. I guess I just need to try him out, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, his basic is a damage and drain. He chains it to 2 adjacents, plus he applies drain as well, which is good. Special. Now this is the cool thing. It's kind of like tiered approach. So initially he'll attack his target, and he will apply a disrupt. If he's still alive on his next turn, if the target still has disrupt, he'll bonus attack them for damage and apply defense down. If again he comes around on his 3rd attack and the guy has defense down still on him, hasn't been cleared or flipped, he will again bonus attack for damage, and this time he'll apply slow.
Okay.
So that's cool. So if you can get someone on his team that applies, he will himself apply disrupt. But if you can, if someone applies disrupt before him, maybe Electro is going to apply disrupts. We don't know his kit yet. I can't remember if anyone on Sin 6 actually applies disrupt. I have to go through that.
I don't remember. The only person I could think of if they did was Mysterio, but I think he just does blind.
Yeah. I don't think he disrupts. But then again, he will apply disrupt himself. So I don't think anyone else will do that. But it'll give you 3 turns to actually tier the approach,
Well, okay then. So there's much more to look at. I mean, yeah. I really don't know. Yeah.
And then again, he attacks all, and in his ultimate, he attacks all, and he attacks everyone. So it's an AOE attack, and he applies 2 bleeds for 2 turns. I'm assuming that's going to be at max. Level 7 of abilities. I assume all of these are actually the maxed out. So yeah, it's an AOE attack. He's going to apply 2 bleeds for 2 turns, which is good. His passive, he just gains his charges. He gains a percentage which hasn't been disclosed. Chance to dodge per charged. So if it's a 20% chance, he'll have 80% chance to dodge. So he's dodging his first, and it'll reduce per loss of charge. But again, it depends on the percentage. But if it's with Doc Ock, he's going to dodge all the time because he'll always have 4 charges or more.
Okay. So yeah,
so he's going to be dodging. He's going to be the new Dodge King.
It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I just did a quick review right now. So Mysterio doesn't apply a disrupt. He does the ability block, and he does blind, and that's part of the Master Illusion move set.
Yeah.
So, oops, I just hit the mic. Sorry about that. But of course, his ability block when he puts through it's more targeted towards the city hero, because it gives it the higher percentage of 70% chance. So he has a better chance against city heroes. But
they might be changing that now with these new characters. I don't see any
they could be
targeted, so maybe that's why they're releasing.
They very well could be, because Shocker,
Yeah.
for him, I mean, Shocker is kind of cool, but really it's like you want to get to his first move, so you could add the
offense up.
Yeah, the offense up, and apply defense up, because then once you apply that up, then when he does this subsonic blast, or if you have Vulture do his AoE attack, they do some damage only to city heroes a lot, but depending on the team, they can still do some damage to them.
Right.
So he's helpful early game. Like after that, though, you kind of have to wait for that to recharge.
Right.
So it's gonna be an interesting take. I just want Doc Ock. I don't really care about Swarm right now. I just want Doc Ock. So.
But again, we have to judge it in practicality. I mean, things on paper seem cool, but they don't mention his base stats here, so we don't know if he has high health or high armor, or if he's like going to be a weakling that you can take out like on one AoE attack. We just don't have these informations to really go by. His passive's cool. He's going to, on his turn, on every turn, as long as he's charged, he will heal himself for a percentage and flip 2 negatives to positives. Flipping is always cool.
Well, yeah, he needs it if he's going to be hurting himself like an idiot. So he
he won't get that if he's hurting himself. That means he doesn't have charges. He only heals himself if he has a charge. So
that's right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, and he's going to be an event campaign, and we're going to be using traits made up of Rogue Agent. So that's released,
that hasn't come out yet, right?
Okay. No. So the Rogue Agent trait is what we'll have to use to get Swarm. Yeah. Another news confirmed, but I already knew it before, that Emma Frost is going to be a milestone similar to Spider-Man. They're making one change. Yeah, they're making one change to the High Roller milestone, the one where you need gold. Normally you get they've added an additional tier, and they replaced the 5 T4s that you would get with 8 superior basic catalysts.
Why?
So I don't know. Some people aren't happy with that. Some people are, though, because a lot of people are running out of SBCs, especially going into DD3. I think the calculation needs about 7,000 SBCs to get all the characters you need into DD3. So people are running out. So I guess this is why they're doing it.
Well, that's just weird.
Maybe they figured out they're already giving out T4s in U7 raids, and they're giving it out in season rewards, and you get a certain amount after every war, So
maybe.
What they figured you might as well give some SBCs instead of just more T4s.
It takes so long for milestone events to unlock the character. I mean, unless you're prepped for it, but it just takes so long.
It's a grind, 100%. But it's not that bad if they're 45. If it's 100, that's a bit of a problem.
She's probably going to be 100.
Emma Stone, yeah, no, she's 100 already.
Emma Stone.
You're talking about
Emma Stone. Hold on, we can unlock Emma Stone. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
I feel like she's gonna be 100, but I remember
she is 100. She is 100. She's in the kit. She's definitely 100.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you weren't sure. Okay, sorry.
No, I'm sure she's 100.
Okay, yeah.
She's definitely 100. But I was talking about Swarm. He's probably a 45.
Yeah, I would take him as a 45 too. I mean, I don't see him. No one's gonna be like, I'm gonna get 100 shards so I can kill myself after I run out of 4 charges. So, like you said, you need Doc Ock. So I don't know. That's It's a whatever. But we'll figure it out once it comes out more. I know the only time I had a struggle with a milestone unlock is back in the day when it was Agent Coulson. That was like the first time we ever had one of those,
Yeah, that
and
was
oh my god, it took forever.
the second one. The first one we ever had was Captain Marvel. But
Was she? I thought she was.
She-
I thought it was different.
No, she was a milestone event, but then we got 100 shards of her anyway because of Widowmaker finishing DD2 for the first time.
Okay.
But
Damn, I really don't
Coulson,
remember that.
Coulson was the first one, the second one, and he was 180. And he rings in my memory because he was the only character up in the past and to the present that never had an offer to purchase. So anyone and everyone from the number 1 ranked player down to a new player who just started had this equal opportunity to unlock at the same time, at least within the same period, to unlock Coulson. No one could purchase him. That was the only time they ever did something like that. I remember that. And
that
he
was
180.
that was Foxnet. Foxnet was just a. Yeah, we don't talk about Foxnet anymore. It's dead.
Okay, so they're also fixing a problem. I'll just go over quickly. Basically, there was a bug in the game where if you finished certain raids with certain characters, especially characters that would give you a health bonus based on other stuff. So, for example, Rhino, as they mentioned here, his passive ability, he gives him a percentage-based bonus max health per Sinister 6 ally. What was happening is when you ended the raid, not that anyone uses Rhino for raids so much, but other characters that have similar mechanics. When you ended it, you'd end up having him needing to with less health, even if he had full health at the end of the raid battle. So they've addressed and fixed that issue with the next patch.
Yeah,
So
I read about that.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty annoying. And at the same time, from bad news, we have good news that Shiri is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
She will be back, so make sure you have 5 stars or higher for Spider-Verse.
No, Spider-Verse, yeah. Spider-Verse, exactly. No, yeah, you're right. I was thinking of
I was like, wait.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right, yeah.
I was like, hold on. Yes,
Yeah.
so I'm sure
those
I think most of our alliances within our cluster have Shiri. I'm not too sure though about our newest teams in Oak and Mint.
Mm-hmm.
So
but they should be. Well, they might be.
If you don't,
a good opportunity.
This is your opportunity to get her. So if you haven't gotten ready to get your Spider-Verse team up, you better get those 5 stars. Spider-Man should be easy. Miles should be easy just because they're in the stores. Wait, is Spider-Man still in the store?
Yeah. He is.
Okay, so definitely you can get those. Oh man, Shiri! I remember when I first unlocked her. That plays a good, just for the defense up later. I mean, her heals are all right when she gets at a higher level, but that defense up in the beginning, because you're always going to get it to start off with.
Yeah, there's only very few characters that beat her to the punch. I think Korath might be the only one that beats her to the defense up. And otherwise, she'll get a first turn every time.
Yeah.
And then she's U7 essential as well in some ways because of that defense up.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. She really is. I don't know why I was like, oh yeah, okay, no, yeah, she really is.
So
and the Spider-Verse team is, you're gonna have Sin 6 too. So if you've been working on Sin 6, they have the tag. So hopefully you'll be able to get her to where you need to.
Yep, that's right.
I actually think I will be able to get the last 7 star for her because I have Miles, Carnage, Spider-Man, Rhino, and Mysterio all at 7 stars.
Okay.
So Vulture is almost there. Venom is at 6, but he has a while to go, so I'm not even gonna worry about him. Either way, I'm gonna be able to get her at 7 stars. So yay! That's gonna be a nice little upgrade for me. So, let's take a small from the update. Let's talk about the 13th update. I'm sorry, not the 13th. The 12th.
just quickly, I just want to mention the 2 Blitz coming up. We have Spider-Man
Oh, yes.
Miles, and we have Red Skull making a return for the first time. So if you don't have Red Skull, or if you have him at only 3 stars because he was a 100-star unlock, this is your chance to add some more shots to him.
You
Not
think he's
that
gonna get repeated after?
He will come back again as Blitz. He might come back as a farmable. Pretty sure he will be farmable at some point, but yeah, if you want Red Skull, this is your chance. I mean, personal opinion, the Hydra defense is now basically null and void, especially like we discussed last week, Zemo coming up. So I don't know how important that is. Maybe you've been turned off the opinion of Red Skull, but he is making a return, so it's up to you.
Well, if you're in a newer alliance, and you can get that unlock, you know, your first, like most of your bronze wars, unless you have players who spent money, it's gonna make it easier for you.
Yeah, true.
But
I mean, it's good to have
players. Yeah,
yeah.
He's still good to have because then they have to use those characters to defeat them. But you know, depending on where you set them up, because yeah, he can be a bitch. He can be a bitch. But
no, he can be. He has his use, but I mean, generally speaking, when you go up in rank, you're not going to be using him. Though. You're gonna still have him on defense, but I don't know. There's now 2 teams that can just solidly take him out. Inhumans and Zemo's Hydra. So, I don't know.
We'll see. We will see.
So anyway, like you said, moving on to the community content creator update.
Yes, and this is actually kind of cool because it is content creators. So we haven't fully gone through them, but there is one piece in here. It is a graphic that was shared, and I can share this with our Discord later. But it's extremely helpful. Now, there are some things here in the very beginning, but from who was it? Arnold T101 talking about best characters and teams for new players to use. I skimmed through this, and I will share this link with everyone. But you and I talked about this. We didn't really fully agree with what he was saying. For new players, I mean, the one thing I agreed on was to focus on campaigns. You're gonna get 3 characters. You're gonna get 3 teams to start off with if you focus on those 3 campaigns: heroes, villains, and Nexus. Even though you can use anyone in. I'm sorry, not Nexus. Mystic. There we go. But yeah, everything else, I'm just like, I'm not really fully into that. Shut up, phone.
Well, here's the thing I don't agree. Like, if you look at the second paragraph, he's saying build a shield faction.
Yes.
Who are you going to build into that? Just the minions? Because Shield Fury is what is a
you
good
can
team,
only build into the minions. You can't even get Fury until
you can't get Fury until you build your Kree minions, and he doesn't discuss that. And then you have to get lucky with Coulson and get drops on the milestones.
Yeah, the minions are great, don't get me wrong. But even going against defenders back in the early days, defenders could still possibly win those because they need Fury to take those out. So, I mean, really, in the beginning stages, yes, you're going to get Shield, you're going to get defenders, you're going to get a faction, you're going to get a fraction of Sin 6 in the very beginning. Or Spider-Verse is what I should say.
You'd still have to make it through Cosmic all the way to Campaign 1, Node 9. You'd have to get a Cosmic team up and running for that, and you have to make it there to get Shocker, to be able to farm Shocker. Everyone else for Sim 6, though, is pretty accessible, I think.
Yeah.
So that's not that bad. He is mentioning that you need Shield, so you can unlock Iron Man, who, in my opinion, is the weakest member of Power Armor.
And he's not even that great unless you use him with Captain America.
Or Ironheart. No, Ironheart builds that team a little bit up better. But I mean, I don't know. That's why I wouldn't agree really to go into Shield, get them. I mean, you need them, but just for the purpose of getting Iron Man, unless you're going to put it on your as a good war offense team, Power Armor. I don't know how much you can use it outside of that. You can, maybe for a Blitz team, but you're not going to really use Iron Man specifically outside of Power Armor.
You'll use the Shield team for war defense. that's really about it in the early stages. And
Yeah.
even then, they're not even going to be. They're going to be helpful, but they're not going to be the best.
Right. So I mean, that's why I would
Yeah.
disagree a little bit with him. Guardians
if
of the
you-
Galaxy.
If you
Go
do
on.
use the shield team, the
Mhm.
early shield team, no one at our team is using a full minions. At least I don't think. But if you do, just put
Mhm.
Trooper next to the security.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be like your biggest damage dealer right there in that whole thing. But I just wanted to add that there real quick. Queen.
No, for sure. Sinister Six, yeah, I mean, other than Shocker being a cosmic campaign, and he's not an easy farm. They're kind of stingy on his node. Yeah. Then you would get, if you get Sinister Six up, you get 2 legendaries for the price of 1. Shuri, as we discussed, and Iron and Invisible Woman, and she's also pretty powerful. So it's not a bad investment to make. Cause I just don't think I would classify that as a starting. Like I don't put things as, a lot of people count things as start, middle, and end. I have spaces in between, if you know what I mean. So like you have you're a starter or a beginner, and then you have your elder beginner. So we've gotten through the campaigns, but you're still not up to scratch, and you still have a lot to do. So I mean, if you get through all of the campaigns, you 3-star all of the campaigns, then I would classify you as mid-game, personally speaking. That's when you can farm everything available in the campaigns, and you won't have an issue. So I mean, to say starter, to get someone from making an account today to being able to farm Shocker for Sinister Six, what would you think, in your opinion, would that person's TCP be? At least his level. Where would he be sitting at that point?
By the time he gets Shocker?
Yeah, by the time he can unlock the node for Shocker to farm him.
Ooh. That's a good question.
Yeah. I would say around
maybe 500.
I would say around 500 to 600k easily. I don't think anyone who's like 50k would have made it through Cosmic at this point. And for me, if you're 500k, you're not new. You're like moving away from new. But like if you're like 50k or I don't know 20k, you're still very fresh. You know. So that's what we've done in the flock for a while. You know, we've built people up.
Yeah.
Great. We don't merge alliances and we start new alliances within, and go from the beginning, from ground up.
And we'll guide them. We know unlocking legendary characters is super important, but there's nothing wrong with not getting them your first run. This gives you time to build up even more.
Right.
Because I did that with a few people, back in the day with Old Yellow, and some of them had skipped the first turn, but when it came to the second, they farmed some of those tunes so hard that they were actually able to get them to a 6-star and not the 5.
Oh.
So
exactly,
if you just put the, it's just a little work, but that's like our thoughts on that portion.
Like, how many times have you we've gotten new players, and maybe they're around 150, 200k, and they've DM'd or they've asked their alliance, what can I do next? They post their roster, and you sit there for like 10 minutes clueless. As a veteran like we are, and you think like, crap, they don't have this, they don't have that, they don't have this. So where do we go from here? It's because I mean they physically haven't gotten to the node to farm.
Yep, that's why I tell everyone, just focus on the campaigns. Get your 3 teams for those things. You don't have to finish the entire campaign, as long as you can get to 5 or 6.
Yeah, you get to
heroes and villains.
3, 6, and 9.
Yeah,
those are important. So all of the campaigns, 3, 6, and 9 is where you'd be doing your farming. The other nodes in between are for gear. If you need gear, you would want to 3-star them eventually. What I used to do, what my strategy was, is to make sure I 3-star those 3 nodes, and I fly through the rest. I don't care if I 1-star it. And then when I get a little bit stronger, I go back, like, what have I missed? And then I will 3-star slowly and go along. Right now, I've 3-starred every single campaign there is. Nothing is sitting at 2-star at the moment. I'm going to wait for the Doom campaign.
Yeah, it's just a little patience, but we help. We know how it is, so But yes, I totally know that. Like, this is who I have unlocked, and I'm just looking at it like, oh shit.
Yeah. So where do we go? You have to
But
farm. You have
every
to
time,
unlock. You know.
every time I see those, and if I see just the 1 or 2 rows with just these random characters, I'm like, okay, so I know you haven't completed these campaigns. And they're like, yeah, like okay, let's work on your campaigns, and then let's move, because then you can do more.
Yeah.
Or I get the I can't get my people leveled up too high, and the first question I ask is, where are you adding campaigns? Like,
Yeah.
um,
You know
it's
what?
it's usually helpful.
Who I would say is good for Cosmic? It might be a little bit easier. Let me just confirm it. You get Ronan from the raid store. I'm going with Kree, is what I'm saying. You
No,
get
I think I did Kree.
Oracle from the raid store. So you get Ronan and Oracle both from the raid store. You get Reaper on 2 nodes, 1 in Cosmic, 2-6, so that's a bit hard. But the first one's on Heroes 5-6, so that's easy to get through. Who else is there? Cyborg, if you want to put him in, shoehorn him in. Nexus 3-6 and Cosmic 2-3, so 2 nodes as well for Kree. For Kree Cyborg. Royal Guard, where is he? Blitzdor. And Noble would be. Noble's in Cosmic 1 and 6. So Noble will be hard, but again, you have 6 Kree. Not
There you
just.
go.
You don't have just 5 Guardians. And you need a legendary to make Guardians pop. In my opinion, because Guardians aren't as good without Star-Lord. And you need to. Then you farm those 5. You would go far, but not that far. Just to unlock Star-Lord, and then you have to build him up. But with Kree, who are also Cosmic, and by the way, I did Cosmic 1 to 3 with Kree. Yeah. Now again, if you're free to play, you're not going to get Minerva quickly. You might get lucky with some premium orb drops.
Yeah, one of my alt accounts, my third one, I believe, got lucky and it pulled her from some of
But
those. 'Cause
again, she's only at 45.
Yeah,
You just
you
need to
get
get lucky 3
premiums
times.
like nothing in when you start, so you have a
You
high
need
chance of unlocking her.
if you get lucky 3 times, you get Minerva, and she's good on
Yeah,
Kree. She's very
yeah.
good on Kree,
If y'all
and
get lucky 3 times.
and she's very good at low powers. You don't need her at a high star level.
Yeah,
You
no,
can
you
have
really
her at
don't.
2-star. She's all about the abilities. And also, if you get Captain Marvel, she's Kree. So that's another
Yeah.
powerhouse right there. Ronan is good. He has a very good kit. He's not talked about very often. I mean, he's not used in Dark Dimension. I wouldn't recommend it. But in terms of the Cosmic campaign, Ronan is really up there. So, I mean, if
Just
you're
right now, I
doing
just pulled
Cosmic...
15 shards for Minerva. So look at that.
Wow.
Easy.
So,
Premium.
So what I'm saying is if you're doing Cosmic Run, Kree would be the way to go. I wouldn't say Guardians, because Kree are a little bit more hard to defeat. You can get bad with RNG, you can get unlucky with RNG, but with Guardians, you debuff Drax, and you take out Rocket, and you're pretty much done.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
way. Yeah, that's just
there
my
you go.
opinion. So we did say we're going to
Oh.
skim past these, but we spent 20 minutes on this one topic. That's
Well,
just
look
my
at-
opinion for new players.
My co-leader just started raids. Oh, I got something to do now. So yeah, we were on there for a little bit, but I do want to mention Valley Flying. He talked about returning players, and I liked what he said because it's realistic. In shorter terms, don't think you have to start a whole new account because you've been away for a year or something. If you have not gone over the 30 days mark when you had an account and then you return, then he's saying, yeah, go for it and start a whole new character, because there's a lot of better offers to where that 30 days looks like 2 days that you can unlock.
Plus you'll be on a different arena shard, plus you'll be on the baby blitz. So for new characters on blitz, you'll be able to unlock them on what I call the baby blitz, but that's basically the beginner's blitz. You have to get much less score to get a much higher rank.
But your veterans who are at least 2 mil and higher, If you're coming back, it's not so bad because you could still get your cores from the arena, even though the arena list may be pretty bad. You can still get cores from there. We have all the milestones now that you can unlock to get cores and everything. So anyone from 2 mil and up, it's not that bad. 1.5 mil is good too, but definitely, just like he said, 30 days and under, and then you come back, you're good to start. You're good to start another team.
Yeah,
I wanted to mention that because it's short, it's simple, and it's vets can continue where they left off and get what they need to. Newer players just start over if you haven't passed those 30 days, because there's some really cool offers for new players now. So,
100%. I agree with you.
Let's get to this tier list. I am excited to talk about this tier list.
Can we come back to the tier list? Save the best for last.
No. Okay, yeah. No, we can come back to it.
I just wanted to talk about the Discord tools I'm starting to use. If you look at the bottom, you talk about MSFGG and the MSFGG bot. Right now, it's a bit of work, to be honest. You'd have to manually upload. But one of the guys, his name is Hazelwood, he created a bot where you can upload screenshots and it takes the characters and uploads it for you. So it's literally a 10-minute process. For your flock members, Hazelwood is in our server. He does mercenary work from time to time. So if you need a pinch hitter to sit with you for a season or two, he's the guy to contact. Yeah, so this tool's really cool. You've seen me use it on our server quite a bit. It gives you counters, it gives you map creation tools, it gives you a lot of stuff. I would recommend taking the time to try and upload your roster to it so you can have an idea. You can share your roster on Discord a lot easier than screenshotting and talking and whatever. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to add. So let's get back to what you're excited about.
Well, actually, since you said that too, I have another thing to talk about too, is through Anchor. We also want to mention that I think you turned it on so that we can have live comments coming through.
Yes, I did. I turned on that feature. I didn't broadcast it, but the feature is turned on.
Okay, well, we can talk about it now and here. So the next time, so we do have an option to where you can comment through Anchor, and within those comments, we can actually see those, and we can, as normally, commentate on them. It can.
Is it comment or is it voice messages? I believe it's actually voice message.
I think it is a voice message.
So people, what you can do is if you go to the main page, you can see an option that says message. You click on that, you leave your voice message, and we can hear it and choose to play it and answer your questions or play your comment.
Yep. So if you want something, send the comment through there. If you're not sure how, just ask us. Put your voice comment in there. We can play it through the podcast later, and we can roll off of that. So there's another way to do that. We are looking for other ways to work on this Flockcast. I don't know why I'm throwing my hands up in the air like I just don't care. And I didn't even mean that to sound like that's cheesy as I said that, but I mean I'm just doing that for some reason.
Right.
I have been thinking about possibly doing a live podcast, that way we can they can hear and talk at the same time. Possibly do that on YouTube. I really don't feel like messing with Twitch anymore.
We can definitely do that. Definitely.
Yeah, we can do that. I have my Twitch affiliate account, but YouTube is probably going to be like our thing right now. But if things need to change, that's what we can go through.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more things to talk about, but we're definitely going to look into live stuff.
Bottom line is we've built a great community over the last 2 years, and now we want to take the community out to everybody. That's the bottom line.
We want to share you guys.
Okay, so anyway, before we get emotional, let's talk about the MSF tier character list. We were just discussing this earlier in the server, but we were discussing an older version of it.
Yes, so the content creators created a new one, and it's literally titled The New MSF Character Tier List.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know where to start off, but let's start off at the top. Let's start off with the God tier, where everyone wants to at least have and work for, and a lot of these tunes can work well, not all of them, but a few of them
Mm-hmm.
can really work for your arena team, depending on what you have built.
Right.
Obviously, the first person in the God tier is Black Bolt. Of course, he
100%
is.
agree.
I
can't
yes.
dispute.
He is a game changer completely in both raids and arena, but specifically arena. I know once you get to a certain tier, you're going to see nothing but Ultrons, and he can destroy Ultron and take him out. The annoying thing is, and I know we brought this up last time, he thought it was a bug, and it isn't. Even though if Black Bolt kills Ultron before he can revive, Minerva can still revive him.
That's not a bug?
It's not. I've tested it multiple times, and I scream at my phone. Not really, but yes, Minerva can revive him. I find it strange, and it's happened with any of the people that I've knocked out. She'll revive them. So if that
should not happen.
I don't consider it a bug because it's working continuously. If it is a bug and they just don't know that feature is there, well then fix it. But
we should report it.
But she can revive.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's interesting. I never tried that before.
So yeah, I mean, if you ever want to see yourself, try it. It's happened to me every single time, so I just want to throw it out there. And at the same time, Minerva is considered God tier. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just name these characters really quick, and then we can go through them. So Black Bolt, obviously, Phoenix, Hela, Symbiote Spider-Man, Minerva, Captain Marvel, Shuri, Maw, Ultron, and then you have
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo. Thank you. I could not get the name. So you have Yo-Yo. Ultron is dying.
Yeah, I agree with everything. I would maybe not now, maybe in the next 2-3 months, drop him down to Demi, if my opinion. He's just getting I don't know. He's getting power crept a little bit. And I expect by the time Doom comes out, he's going to be really power crept. He's going to be old news. So, I mean, I don't know. He's a god for now, that's what I say.
He's good in raids still. Well, it depends on some of the nodes because some of those characters kill his minions instantly, and then he's useless.
Right.
And I would say Ultron was viable before the campaign updates.
Right. I mean, Ultron was always viable. I'm not going to dispute that. He was the one.
Sorry, the raid updates, not the campaign. Raid updates.
Yeah, I mean, he suffers a bit in U7. That's the thing. He's still useful, and I still use him from time to time. I mean, he's not dead. That's what I'm trying to say. But his time is if I had to redo this in 3 or 4 months, I might move him down. If it was me doing it, I might move him down.
Makes sense. It makes sense. But for
sure,
Phoenix and Black Bolt are definitely a good combo to have.
On
Arena, I know.
especially.
On Arena. I know a lot of people also use Hela at times for Arena.
Yeah.
It can be really helpful, but the biggest addition to that team is Maw. Maw is really helpful. So is Shuri, like we talked about earlier, just on ourselves. Shuri just applies that defense up, so most teams that she's going to go against, she's going to have that defense up before anyone else. And it's helpful because you can survive Captain Marvel's blast depending on your level. So,
you know what? My personal gripe: I've never gotten Captain Marvel to work for me. I don't know if it's her red star level. She's only got 3 red stars for me. She's only sitting at 57,000. Everyone raves and rants and talks about how they can't live without her, and it just does not work for me. That's just me. Maybe I'm just a sucky player.
No, I was confused a while back too because I remember we had quite a few of our newer teams, our newer alliances, talking about getting her to go into Dark Dimension. Like they were just like, we got to get her, we got to get her. And I was just reading those like, why?
Yeah.
Like, when did she become so important?
She's definitely. I'm not playing her down. She definitely has a good kit, and she definitely belongs on the god tier. There's just my personal usage of her has just not been. I don't know. Maybe I'm cursed with bad RNG when it comes to her. She just does not. Or maybe the hype. Everyone talks about it to such an extent that when you use her, it's not living up to the hype, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But she's good. She's definitely a god tier worthy character. I mean, she's definitely up there. She's not. She doesn't deserve to be lower than that. Just personal experience is what I'll say. Well, other gripe, obviously, everyone knows everyone who knows me knows I don't like symbiote Spider-Man. I almost said Spoderman again.
It's okay.
The reason,
Spooderman, he's okay.
the only reason, not because of the character, he's an amazing character and he works well. I'm using him myself right now against my inclination. It's just a fanboy in me does not want to build him, but he's sitting at about 74,000 now. And no, I just don't like the fact that they released this symbiote when they could have put any other symbiote in the whole universe, and they chose a temporary character. Is what I'm saying. I don't remember. Maybe one of our members can correct me, but I don't remember symbiote Spider-Man again. Symbiote Spider-Man having any major storylines other than a transition to the introduction of Venom. That's just my personal gripe as a fanboy.
That's pretty much it. But he is helpful in the
No,
game,
he's a great character. I mean, his death down, his stuns, power, his extensions. He's really good. I mean, he definitely is a character to build up. He's a necessity for DD3 because his kit is designed for raids and Dark Dimension.
Yeah.
So he's definitely needed for Dark Dimension 3, especially on the city nodes. I mean, I've seen people solo those nodes with just him. It's hard, but I've seen it done. So
yeah, it can happen.
Yeah.
So
moving down to Demi, I guess. Or you want to talk about anyone else?
No, I mean that's the god. That's the god tier. So we can definitely talk about Demi.
Mm-hmm. Not our member in pink.
Let me just type this. So, Demi tier right next to the god is still pretty interesting for the characters that are here, and we have Invisible Woman, Thanos. Oh my god, I forgot her name.
Proxima Midnight.
Thank you. I could not think of her name. I had to sit here like, Mr. Sinister, Magneto, Juggernaut, Taskmaster, Loki. Jessica Jones is actually up here. An original character. Colossus, Star-Lord, and Falcon. They're here. Right. So, what are your thoughts on those?
I agree with all of them. It has to be noted, though, that the graphic includes indicators of increasing their level depending on necessity. So they were given, how do I say? They were given a yellow. They were given a +1 to go into a different tier. So basically, Thanos and Colossus, they go up to God tier if they're used with X-Men and Black Order, respectively. So Thanos and Colossus can be considered God tier if used in synergized teams. So basically, they'll go up. So Colossus will go up, Thanos will go up. It also indicates that Taskmaster is necessity for raids or wars. I'm definitely going to assume that's for... Oh, he's definitely for war. So if you're going to use Taskmaster on a war defense with the mercenaries, that's definitely needed. So basically that. Okay, who else is in the Demi? You have Invisible Woman, you have Thanos, you have Proxima Midnight. Mr. Sinister is he definitely belongs there. Some will argue he belongs in God tier. Magneto's still there, Juggernaut's still there. Loki's there. Jessica Jones is there definitely because of her energy pumping and her debuffing and her removing of buffs from your team and debuffing a single character on the other team with her ultimate. She's not specific to a team, so you can use her to debuff everybody and give everybody energy. Colossus is demigod, but god if used with the right team. X-Men, obviously. Star-Lord because of his energy giving. And Falcon. I pretty much agree with this list. Going down, so the next one would be considered low demigod. So low demigod. That starts up again. You have Carnage, Obsidian Cull, Ghost Rider, Nick Fury, Black Widow, Mordo, Coulson, X-23, Cable, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Mercenary Lieutenant, Killmonger, Crystal, Pyro, Thing, Human Torch, Thor, Ironheart, Cyclops, Graviton, Ultimus is here. Ronan, Vision, and Scientist Supreme. The ones that go up to God, depending on synergy, you have Carnage, who would be raised to God level if synergized with the symbiotes at the moment. And
Yeah.
you would have Obsidian Cull will also go up to God level if with Black Order. So as I was mentioning, you have Thanos and the Obsidian Cull will go up to God level along with more if used with the Black Order team.
As a team.
As a team. That's why if you look at the graphic, it denotes +1s or +2s, and it puts a color symbol. It'll coordinate with the color of the graphic.
Mm-hmm.
So depending
that makes sense.
Yeah. He's also mentioned like Raid Essential and War Essential. So if you go look at the Demi level, you can see Taskmaster is War Essential in terms of defense.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, it's mercenary teams are just, we're not gonna talk about those teams, but
So yeah, I mean, the one that surprised me is Ultimus. I still can't figure out a use for him. Like, why does he even get a +1 to Demigod? Like, I need to ask the dude that made the graphic, why did he put Ultimus on the low Demigod level and also +1 him to Demigod? Under what circumstance?
yeah, you got me on that one. I don't know. I'm just as lost as you right now. But I mean, I think Ghost Rider is just in him, because I'm looking at him right now. I'm cool with him being there because
No, he's good.
He's really helpful, especially when someone dies, because then he just throws out that damage. So that's
why he's getting
a good one.
And he gets elevated to Demigod status with a supernatural team, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that team is becoming a bit of a pain at times now. Actually, I actually see that full team now in arenas.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, I've never come across that.
Yeah, I've it's not that I see it all the time, but I do see it. I see it enough, I can say. I'm just scrolling through the arenas and I'm like, oh, there's a supernatural team. That's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's with him and Doctor Strange together is what really makes it, because of the energy that gets shot out when someone dies. And then usually Doctor Strange can just revive them so quickly. But I don't know. It's a really weird thing to see.
Yeah. Correct, I agree with you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everyone else, I think, except for Ultimus, deserves to be there. Someone can correct me, please. Tell me the use of Ultimus. Like, what gives him a low Demigod and also elevation up? With what team does he synergize to become Demigod? Someone can tell me, please. Let me know.
Yeah, I have him, and I haven't even used him that much. I mean, I've heard that he's helpful, but it's like,
I mean,
I don't know where to put him.
I mean, one of our alliance members in Black, Shigglesworth, he uses him on his mercenary defense team.
Really?
Yeah, some videos posted long ago and saying that's pretty good. Obviously, there's the Kreejex Asgardian counter, which no one really uses anymore because we figured out Asgardians, both with X-Men and X-Force, take out Asgardians pretty easily now. But yeah, I don't know. Someone can tell me. We'll leave that up to the community to tell us why is Ultimus useful.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will reply to that.
Personally, I think the god Demi and the low demigods they're really good info to have of the tunes here. The good, average, and the
mediocre.
Oh my God, I cannot talk right now. Those I'll let everyone swift through those and take a look. But I do want to say, having Strife at mediocre to me is weird.
He gets elevated if he's put onto a Marauders team. He goes up to good.
Yeah, it's just he can be an annoying tank. He can be an annoying tank. So I would at least thought he would have been at least average. But I'm not disagreeing with most of the people in this list, though. I'm going to say that right now.
Right. Even Nobu. I mean, Nobu sucks. We all know this. But on paper, he has the best revive mechanism. And I'll say it again. Because he will revive just for the mere presence of a Nobu. If you kill him first shot, he can still revive people, and he revives everybody. And he'll revive people alive. He'll revive people when he's dead. You know,
Mhm.
I was versing a team with Nobu, an easy blitz win, which I won, and it was Nobu with Hulk and some other randoms. It was like early tier on the blitz, and towards the end, I had one character left, and just before I could take him, Hulk revived.
Hmm.
You know, yeah. And so Nobu on paper has the best revive. This list is gonna change because everyone is sniffing a hand rework coming up after, like, not this patch, but maybe the patch after or the patch after that.
Oh,
But they
I've
would
been
have to be
saying that
reworked.
for so long. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's gonna get a rework and a change at some point.
Mm.
So I'm just waiting for them to happen.
So Nobu's revive, he's a decent revive on paper. The only problem is it doesn't have a high percentage. We can't rely on his revive. And to
Yeah.
increase that percentage up, you would definitely go to demigod status. If he had a more, like a 40% revive, it would definitely be a demigod status because that's just a live or dead. You know what I mean? You can take
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm definitely gonna let the group go through this because it's updated.
hmm,
It's good. It's laid out pretty clean. So,
yeah. Right.
we can. I think it's good info for all of them to have because I mean, hell,
Hmm.
why not? I hope some people though on our team did unlock Black Bolt because
Yeah. I think everybody in black now has black bolts. I don't think anyone missed him again.
that's
Um,
good.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
black
not.
bolt's an essential. If you
I'm not.
like, yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm not sure how many people in purple have gotten Black Bolt.
Hmm. Oh, to do a tally, ask. I'll go through the war screen. You can check the rosters. Check who has black bolt.
Yeah, it's like okay, guys. So who has them unlocked?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll need to go through that one for sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, but yeah, it's a very good graphic. I like the detail. It's pretty easy to understand. Kind of jealous we didn't make it, but okay. Yeah.
One
Yeah,
day,
no.
we can make a graphic, and
Hmm.
what we'll do is we'll put in God tier. We're just gonna put me and you there,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
and then Demi, we're just gonna look.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me just drop down to the bottom. Let me put average. We can put X. We could put Zyrus. We could put
Yeah,
Seagate. We'll put just them two together, right
yeah,
there.
their own tier, yeah.
So anyone
Yeah.
outside of our group does not know, but we have two members that are always arguing with each other.
Now they're
And
playing with each other. I don't think they're really arguing.
well, okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're okay. You remember back like in middle school, and
Yeah.
you would find that girl, and you're like, ooh, I like her. So then you just wanted to you just wanted to you just started like pulling her hair and bugging her, or it
Yeah.
happened vice versa. That's pretty
Hit,
much
hit.
what's happening in our Discord right now. So
So
we're
here's something that I will tell you. If you see it, you can't unsee it. If you look at the picture of Mysterio, he looks like a pizza cutter.
I hate you. I'm gonna go look at him right now.
He's under the average tier.
The average tier. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
actually going through my. Oh, he does look like a pizza cutter.
he does, right? That's something you'll never unsee.
Yeah, I can't unsee that now. Like I'm gonna go grab my pizza cutter, and I'm just gonna get like a cloth. I think I might have a slightly golden looking one, and just wrap it around the pizza cutter, and I'm gonna take a look
Yeah.
at it.
Yep.
That
You can do
yeah, that I don't like that. I hate you.
that.
He really does look like a pizza cutter. That's okay. Well, that's stupid. Uh, but all in all, Swarm coming, this tier list, returning
Mhm.
players, new players. You know, there's a lot of good lists.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of the stuff that we talk about is just coming off of, it's just coming off of these updates that are here, and then we just kind of just roll with it on what's being said. But the graphic is probably like my new favorite thing right now on that site.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a good graphic, like I said.
Yeah, it's definitely it's one of my it's one of my favorites. So I pretty much I really enjoy that.
Brought to you by the guys in Alternate Reality. They have a podcast of their own. Yeah, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, everyone check them out. Check them out. I haven't checked them out because I just didn't know that until you said it right now. So
yeah,
I will do that because anyone who makes a nice graphic like this, I'm gonna have to give them a listen to. So yeah, but I will post this in our channel. Anyone who is in the channel will be able to view it, and they can go through it, share your thoughts, share your opinions. As for Swarm, we already know enough for Swarm. We don't really need to. We don't need to talk about Swarm anymore.
We don't know. He might be a god level character. We just have to use him.
If he comes out at 45 shards and he's a god level character, I'm gonna be pissed.
Why? Minerva came out of 45 shards and she's a god level.
Okay. I don't like your logic right now.
You can't dispute logic, can you?
No, I can't. Some logic, yes, I can. Some logic.
Yeah,
but
some.
But that one, no, because yeah, she is a god tier. So okay, I'll give you that one. Well, damn it. All right, guys. So for Marvel Strike Force, that's pretty much what we have. Besides, unless I wanted to go on ranting to a couple of things. So before we end this, we wanted to give you, well, Adam's going to listen. He's going to maybe commentate on some of it, but I will give you some updates in our gaming world in general. Anyone who has played the recent Batman games back in the day from Rocksteady, Batman just announced. Batman just announced. Yes, Batman came down and said, "I have a new game for you." And my voice got even deeper. So he's like, "Where is it?" That's how he's going to start talking. So, so Rocksteady, my bad, announced the new Batman game that's going to focus around Suicide Squad. And the title for that is called Gotham Knights, which right now what they have is 22/08/20 is what they're showing at the bottom of that date. That looks weird. Cool. That looks weird like that. But so yes, more information is going to be put out for that if anyone is curious. So just wait for that.
Well, I hope the game is better than the movie.
That'll be
a first.
It probably will be. If you like Batman, like if you do like Batman, check out some of the older games from Rocksteady. Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham Knight, the Batman Origins, Arkham City. That's the second one. I was forgetting that one. If you like Batman, I would definitely say play them because they're a lot of fun. Arkham Asylum is more linear compared to the other ones, but the other ones are open world in that city, and they're just so much fun, just gliding around as Batman, beating up random thugs. It's a fun game.
I remember. I played Arkham Knights. That was a pretty cool game.
There you go. So yeah. it's great. So
except finding the Riddler shit, finding Riddler's clues all over the city was a pointless act.
Yeah, and there's some people that just 100% that game, those games like nothing. Because I'm over here like, okay, how do I get that Riddler? And then some people are like, oh yeah, man, I got that like in 10 seconds. I'm like, how?
And the payoff when you do get all of it was just not worth it. But anyway, go on. Carry on.
I'm not a trophy hunter, so some games, depending on how much I really love the game, then I'm definitely gonna look into that. So for anyone on Xbox, starting on the 4th, we'll start it on the 14th to the 24th. Don't forget, Ultimate Game Sale is going on. Anyone with a PlayStation, this is the final week for the summer sale going on PlayStation's network, which is ending on the 19th. So you got 3 days, maybe 2 days, depending on when you start listening to this. So get your sales. This is the best time to do it because the new generation is coming out, and this is a great time for that to happen. On side notes for other news, if people want to be able to stream their Xbox games to their phone, if they can't actually be on their TV, maybe your wife doesn't like you at the moment and she's watching TV, you want to lay in your office by yourself. Well, I don't know why you're laying in your office, but you want to be by yourself. You can stream to your phone. Check out the Razer Kishi, if I said that right. It's connecting to the phone. with handheld joysticks, buttons, and everything else like that. So you can still play everything and stream it. So I might actually look into that because sometimes I just don't want to be at my TV. So, yeah.
Well, that sounds cool.
And the other portion of the news, Marvel's Avengers is its next open beta is coming really soon. And the game itself will be releasing as well. I heard they update the beta, and the game itself is actually playing a lot better than what people have expected. So I am excited. I am going to be looking into that because it's Marvel's. I know you asked me earlier. So the game itself isn't part of, at least that's what I'm looking at from what I've looked at it. It's not part of the movies or anything like that. So they don't have any of the likeness from the movies. They don't have the outfits, anything like that. Some people didn't really care for some of the voice acting, and they're like, well, "Why can't they get the movie? The people from the movie?" I'm like, that costs money.
Yeah, they don't have the licensing for that.
Yeah, the licensing, you have to get those top tier actors to do that. That's going to cost more money to be put into a video game. Yes, some games do that, but then you have to think sometimes. Look at the actors they got, and then think about how much money they put into it. Like, and most of that money is going to go into celebrities, and that's not even going to go into the game. Just lost my spot totally there. Halo Infinite has gotten pushed back to 2021. So if you haven't heard of that yet, you must be under a rock because we know there was issues with that. The next portion here, besides that, is Epic. I'm not really big into Fortnite.
Yeah, but they're suing Apple. I've been reading about that all day today.
Yes, that is a whole thing right there too. So if anyone is really curious into that, you should definitely read into it because now it's basically Epic just standing up to Apple for what they're trying to do there.
Yeah, well, I could discuss that. I mean, the legal implications of that was interesting read. No, it was basically Epic. They released their own monetary system now, where, for example, obviously they had the V-Bucks and whatever, but the ability to purchase anything within the game, if you're using it on your phone on your phone, was by mandate you had to go through Apple or Google's payment service. So even in Microsoft, even in MSF, we had to go through. If you're buying anything, it'll go through the Apple or the Google's pay system, and Apple and Google both charge 30% of that. So if you're buying something for $100, Apple and Google are taking $30 of that away from the developer and everything. So the developer is getting 70 of that. What Fortnite or Epic Games, what they did is they moved away from that. They introduced their own payment portal within the game.
Yep. So and that was with their V-Bucks. So it was going directly to them and not to Apple.
Well, I mean, even before, when you needed to buy V-Bucks, you'd buy it, and you buy it through the Apple or Google service. They moved that away.
And that's not the case now.
The whole payment portal is going through Epic Games, and that's going against the contract they signed with Apple and Google. So Apple and Google has immediately withdrawn them, so you cannot download them anymore. Now they're going to court. They're going to fight this, saying that 30% is way too much. And what Epic did is they released a video mimicking the 1980s Apple ad.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Apple released an ad back in the 80s to fight against the oppressiveness of IBM, who was dominating at the time. Still dominating in terms of PC. I mean, even behind the scenes. But Apple definitely dominates, and they've become what they were fighting against, apparently.
Yep. So I saw that. I freaking love that little person standing there with the Apple head. Had his head bitten out. And this is totally unrelated though. But it's related. But Futurama had even copied that ad in one of their episodes as well. If you ever watched Futurama? So I thought that was hilarious. They copied that ad. Yeah. The new Planet Express delivery service is what they were trying to advertise. I remember that episode. But yes. Epic is taking a stand. I'm not big on Fortnite. I don't care for it, but
this is good for the industry. I mean, there's so many developers that suffer from it. I mean, I had to release. Okay, I never released games, and we never had paid for content or pay to play things. But for my companies, at least, we released apps. You can see Epic Games are targeting Apple, even though they have an issue with Google. Because I can tell you, and maybe some of our members will know that Google, when it comes to releasing on the Play Store, is like a 2-day process. You fill out a form, you submit the application. 2 or 3 days later, they approve it, and it's good to go. Apple require everything, including your firstborn son and your blood type. And it takes like months, not months, it takes weeks to get approved and to put on. So dealing with Apple is a lot. So you'll see a lot of up and coming app developing houses. They don't immediately jump into the App Store for Apple. They would rather go to Google first and launch it on Google, and then later on maybe try and get into Apple. Because Google is a lot easier to deal with. So when it comes to this lawsuit, I think Google would change quicker than Apple would, and that's why I think Apple would. So that's why I think.
God damn it!
That's why I think Epic Games is going after Apple more than they're going after Google in terms of their smear campaigns.
Yeah, so you might see some more developers standing up for their purchases.
Yeah.
So it's good for them.
So.
It's good for them.
I mean, they're taking away. I mean, it's not easy. I mean, Epic Games, fine, they have a hit with Fortnite. They're a powerhouse and whatnot. Again, we don't play Fortnite, but a lot of people do. But if you're starting a new game, a new thing, you're starting a new game or a new app that requires purchases, you're throwing your money, like, especially if you're starting out, you're throwing a lot of your money away. You know, and then they say it's for security concerns and whatnot, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I totally agree. So we'll see how this turns out. I will try to keep people updated for this as it goes through. So hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
To get close to finishing up, if anyone hasn't, don't forget Fall Guys has gotten their first ever crossover. They're going to actually get Team Fortress 2 skins. Or I don't know if it's actually skins. I'm assuming it is, but it's going to be happening with Team Fortress 2. If you haven't played Fall Guys, it's freaking great. It's picked up so fast for a battle royale type game. Have you ever seen those memes or anything like that with Japanese Japanese mascots running through obstacle courses? The explosion behind them. Okay, that's basically what Fall Guys is.
I've seen videos of it. Like you said, it's been picking up steam a lot, so I had to check it out.
Okay, there you go. So it's a lot of fun. Konami has also teased that they're going to be bringing in skins from Metal Gear Solid, which is one of my all-time favorite games. So I'm going to definitely be in there and grabbing those.
That's cool.
So keep a lookout for those. Also, tomorrow is the last day to get Quake 2 and Quake 3 for free. I believe you have to get the Bethesda launcher to get those, but you can get 2 and 3 for free, and they're yours once you download them. So
that's cool.
Well, just keep that in mind in case anyone wants those and listen to this soon enough. So yeah.
So I mean, no, cool. I mean, this is your segment, but any word on the new the Red Dead Redemption 2 online update? I'm hearing a lot of bugs are existing in that. I don't know if
they had to roll back. They had to roll that back. I haven't checked to see if it actually came back out, but they did have to roll it back because it was breaking the game.
Yeah, I heard horses were flying and shit, right?
Yeah, it was it was interesting, to say the least. So horses are flying. There's carriages up in the air too. I mean, I would ride a flying carriage. I don't know why they got to take that away from us, but so yeah, I mean that's pretty much the last things. The last thing I guess I would want to bring up is just 2 games. One of them is Ghost of Tsushima. If no one has not played it yet, please get on that game. It's a beautiful game.
That's a PS exclusive, right?
Yeah, PlayStation 4, PS exclusive. It's a great game. The visuals are great. It's a beautiful game. The game is fun itself. People posted up photos recently of just animals, and it just looked amazing. So, so if you haven't played that, get on it. And the last thing that I do want to mention is The Last of Us Part 2 has gotten an update that adds permadeath. It adds cheats to the game that you use points that you've earned from completing things within the game. So you earn points and then you can purchase the cheats. So like unlimited ammo, unlimited crafting, for example, those are the two out of there. And there's a lot of cheats available. Filters for the game to change the way the game itself looks. So there's a lot of stuff in there for that new update that came out. So y'all should definitely check it to add some more replay ability.
Sounds cool. I can't play Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima?
Yeah, I can't play that. I don't have a PlayStation.
It's okay. Maybe it'll come to the next gen.
My words failed me there.
It's okay. For a while I couldn't say Tsushima for a while, but I had to think of like just sushi. See, like I just messed up. Just don't say the T. The T. That's basically a lot of people were like Tsushima. I'm like no. Don't say the T. Say sushi and then Tsushima. I like Japanese culture, so I like to. I fell in love with that game, so I'm just gonna say that now. But that's cool. What I have is just little updates there. I think we've covered a lot, and I think adding. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed just the little quick updates of just gaming world in general. You know, it wasn't supposed to be or it was not planned to be a long segment of it, but just little updates to keep people informed and just to keep going. No one's ever upset about hearing some extra things to talk about and to chat about. So I hope y'all like the new additions. I'm going to look into adding more things, maybe some music playing in the background as we talk. I haven't decided yet. I don't know how you feel about that. So we have some things we want to look at, but you know, this is coming to our end of episode 7. So like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Look out for episode 8 as we keep adding new things and trying out more awkward situations for ourselves. So
I think it's patch week at least, or patch time soon. So we'll discuss it later, but we might do a special episode for that, like we said, maybe.
Yes, that is another thing you talked about. We are looking to possibly doing, depending on the situations, 2 episodes in a week, if I had that correct.
That was just special occasions.
Yeah. So we'll definitely, major updates, I think, could be considered that as one. I think for major updates, I know we were saying bye, but this just reminded me, so I'm sorry. But major updates, what I have been thinking are possible, and what you've said is videos to be done, or maybe a live video of us going through the updates. So
yeah, we could do that on YouTube. You're right.
So we have some things we want to try. So just keep a lookout, because we do want to start updating things more and more frequently.
Right.
But yeah.
So, yep. Look out for more things to come, for sure.
Yes. Well, now I think we can go from here. I hope y'all enjoyed everything we talked about. If y'all liked any of the things that we're going to start trying, let us know, because it's really helpful to have feedback. But other than that, I hope you'll have a great day and a good Sunday.
Yep. Peace out, guys. Peace out.